first carry now for Alex Collins. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Darian Stewart there to bring him down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Flacco here on second down. This is caught by Williams. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Here's a first down run with Collins. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Second down, Flacco now. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah. Not
an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Third and long for Joe Flacco. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Shaquille Barrett with a big-time sack on third down, and it'll be a loss of 7. So on fourth down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Carlos Henderson is deep for Denver. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This is brought in at the 21. 51 yards on the punt there. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. First and 10. Here's Keenum. He's got it. The tight end, Jeff Hireman. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
From midfield, here's Keenum. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll make it a second down. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's second and 4. On second down, here's Keenum. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. Keenum to Sanders for the Denver first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Let's go, let's go.
On first down, Keenum. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll make this a second down.
Let's go, let's go.
Throwing again is Keenum. He goes underneath to Freeman. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Okay, I'm not so great at math, but I just looked over at our statistician, Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5 to get things started here on this opening drive. Where I come from, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Now, what do you do defensively to adjust?
Well, this is where you've got to make a decision as a defensive coordinator. Do you really get after the quarterback, or maybe you tighten down on the receivers, bump them off of their routes, chip away at their timing? So
under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now?
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Keenum to throw on 2nd down. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. First carry of the game here for Royce Freeman. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So on 4th down, on comes Brandon McManus and the field goal unit for the Broncos. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. And McManus able to put it through. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Shaquille Barrett in on the tackle.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
On 2nd down, Flacco to throw. Looking for Crabtree, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Hey, go, let's go, let's go.
After the interception, here's Keenum. And that's complete to the tight end, Ironman. And he'll go down at the 28. A gain of 6 there on first.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
22.
To throw on 2nd down is Keenum. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now Flacco and the Raven offense come up 1st and 10 at their own 16. And now a carry here for Orleans Darkwa. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll run again now with Darkwa. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. That'll go as a loss of 5. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is just going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Third down, Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Pulled in at the 24. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And coming out now, the Broncos. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Back to the air. Keenum on 2nd down. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to On that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. The first throw for the backup Lynch. Buying time to his left. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own. But as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you. And if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
They look to throw on 1st and 10 with Flacco. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Marlon Humphrey with the tackle defensively.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Detroit!
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal.
Let's go! 3-19!
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. He can run for it, and he will. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
Coach. Thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor and M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Denver Broncos. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Go.
On first down, Keenum. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. And even 20 yards and a first down on the game's very first play.
Hey, yo, let's go.
On first and 10, Keenum. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. A first carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissick. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
First carry for Royce Freeman, fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Not a whole lot of room to maneuver there, and I think that's because everyone took care of their responsibilities, filled their gaps, held their place. No place for him to run.
Yeah, looked good. Everything got funneled to the nose tackle. They swallowed him up. Keenum on 3rd down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, You go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, here's Keenum. Stepping up, and he will score. Touchdown, Denver. Case Keenum, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Broncos take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Now, this is a crew. They've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really haven't. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. Get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. Now Flacco and the Raven offense come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's the first carry for Alex Collins. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
On 2nd down, Collins. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Third down, Flacco from the gun. And the Broncos get there and take him down. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Keenum now on 1st down. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he's brought down. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco 1st down.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or a man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Hey, it's yo.
Keenum on 1st down. And it's incomplete.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. second down, Freeman. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Let's go, let's go. Here we go, boys. 22. 22! 22! 22!
Throwing on 3rd down, Keenum. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Terrell Suggs in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it'll be 4th down. Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. So on now is Brandon McManus. He has hit from as far away as 57, but that was in Denver. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Two sides to every coin. This is the bad side of missing the 58-yarder. Now they start at the 48. 1st and 10 here for Flacco. Crabtree with it over the middle. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Here's Darquan. And an alley to run. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That's good for a Raven 1st down, 15 yards there.
The reason that counter or misdirection plays work so well is that usually you've given them a reason to think that everything's going to the direction that starts initially. You've run that type of a play throughout the game. You've given them that look. And now you're going to counter things and bring it back the other way. Almost a tendency breaker at times. And a lot of it is making sure that you have an illusion, almost like a magician. Look over here, but the play is actually happening over there, and that's where a running back's vision comes into play. See the hole in a place where people don't expect and get there with some speed. And that's exactly what he did on that play.
They go again with Collins. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. Flacco from the gun. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Throwing on first down is Keenan. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late, and that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
One thing rookies need to learn at this level, and quick, make a cut, be decisive, and go. Because in college, you could dance around and wait for a hole to open because you're probably a better athlete than most of the guys on the field, but not on the NFL level.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, it's Keenum. He's going to air one out. He's got him in, complete. And all the way down to the 35. A huge play there for Denver. 44 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flipped field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Keenum. Throwing right side, that's complete to Demarius Thomas. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Roger.
On 1st down, it's Keenum. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Freeman, and he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Keenum going to throw. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. But he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Keenum now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Now it's Freeman, and they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here you go, boy.
Now Keenum throwing on 2nd. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Two minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Baltimore after this. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. And McManus able to put it through, and they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. First and 10, and Flacco looking to throw. Now a hit, and Flacco drops the football. It's loose. And the offense will cover this one up, but they'll be pushed back inside their own 10. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Flacco here on 2nd down. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Third and long for Joe Flacco. And he's got Snead. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd. First down now, but the clock continues to move.
I know they had good coverage downfield, but you have to wonder, on 3rd and long like that, How does that happen that they can get that far downfield and complete a pass? You got to guard the sticks, understand where you are. So it's almost like someone fell asleep at the switch, and now that the play's been completed, they've got to dust themselves off on defense, pick it up, and figure out how to not let that happen again.
On first down, Flacco. He's going to look deep for Perriman. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Play action, Flacco. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Shaquille Barrett. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. From the gun, Flacco. He sets to fire deep. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Barring a flag, final play here for Flacco and company. He's going to float this one deep right side. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Second down, Flacco now. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. He's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up 4th.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. 12 yards on the return that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Yeah,
Defense, we've got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Keenum will try again on 2nd down. And that's complete to the tight end Hireman. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Keenum now to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. On is the punter King to send it away. This is fielded at the 7. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And the Ravens taking the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
The drive starts with a run by Collins. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And again, it's Collins. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Third down. Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. And they drop him for a loss, but penalty markers are on the field. Let's see about the call. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Now a give to Collins, and he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
A break from the ground game here. Flacco over the middle, and it's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Operating out of the gun, Flacco. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Von Miller getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And taken right on the 30. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run with McKesson. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, here's Keenum. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. A shotgun snap for Keenum. And he's going to be taken down. Back across midfield, just across midfield at the 49. Willie Henry. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. 2nd and 10. Flacco once more. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he's brought down after a good gain. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Flacco now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. On 2nd down, Flacco to throw. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good pickup there, a 22. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 46.
You're over here. You're over here.
Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th. This is Collins on the handoff. He'll get only a couple down to the 44. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Here's Flacco. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And he carries this one all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. What a throw right there for the 1st down. He has taken some real punishment in this game, but still standing in the pocket completing that one.
He's a flat-out warrior. There's no question about that. How about him stepping up into the teeth of the rush and delivering there for that big strike and that big pickup?
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. On 1st and goal, Collins. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. He'll get it up the middle. And they're going to get him down, but not before a pretty good run right there. A nice run there, 8 yards, moves him much closer to the goal line now for third down.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
This defense has not surrendered a touchdown yet. You better believe they're determined not to here on 3rd and goal. Third and goal. Flacco got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Michael Crabtree, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Keenum on first down. And he slides to avoid the hit. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
How many times have we seen this late in the 4th quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On 1st and 10, here's Keenum. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play, but the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him holding on after absorbing that big hit.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Keenum to throw on 2nd down. His throw incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Working from the gun, Keenum. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Keenum now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. This is Freeman. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
Here you go, boys. Stand down. Hey, orange. Stand down.
Now Keenum throwing on second. And he'll find Sutton on the right side, complete. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides.
Stand down.
Now Keenum. And he's got Hireman. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down.
Here you go, boys.
Back to the running game. It's Freeman. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Hey, Joe Rogers. Here goes Todd.
Freeman again, a first down carry. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining.
Hey, Joe, let's go, let's go.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
All right, my man, this is now where it's risk-reward. Because on defense, you've got to crowd the line of scrimmage. You've got to get in all the gaps, get up tight on everyone, and try and force the field goal attempt here. You can't let them break one big, but you know something, when you crowd the line of scrimmage, if they do pop one, it's going to go a long way.
Yeah, I was going to say could take it to the house, but the magnitude of this possible upcoming field goal, every yard counts. The Broncos on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. And they'll run it here. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And you know, in an era of cost-cutting and maximizing your roster, this is a club that does not skimp on special teams, and in these situations, it pays dividends.
And that's great vision by the organization. When the difference between winning or losing depends on who you have kicking the ball, would you rather have a street free agent out there or a solid pro like this? Answer's pretty evident to me.
Well, this one, partner, was fun down to the very end. They got the points late, right before the whistle. Then the ensuing kickoff. They were hoping for magic on the other side, but couldn't get that spark.
Fun if you won, and fun for us, because we got to watch it and call it. That magic that you were talking about didn't occur at the end, but what a game all the way through.
So for Denver, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they'll return home next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Heinz Field to take on the Steelers. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. From Baltimore, so long, everybody.
go.